Hey folks, how's it going? So for today's video, what's the story? Well, I have been really busy at the zoo. And so, it's been like work, which I love. All right. So it hasn't given me a lot of time to do some videos, which is a little upsetting, but that's okay. I'll get back on track. And so what I was going to say is that I decided to kind of combine the two. So I've been working with the Sloth all week, and she's kind of caught my heart a little bit. When we first got our first Sloth, to be honest, I wasn't overly interested. I was okay with it. I love my reptiles. But then we have Olive now, and she's definitely caught me. She's such a cutie, right? So that's what I decided to do. Was Sue had bought me these little foams that you could actually do prints with, and they're like quick, easy situation to do. So I did a video for that, and I also did it with the little Sloth because it's fun to hold that little Sloth, and also learning about the animal. Right? There's a lot of little interesting things. One of the things you may be surprised by is that the closest relative to a sloth is an armadillo. Yeah, you wouldn't think so. You would think that, no way, it doesn't make sense. But when you look at those little claws, all of a sudden you say, oh yeah, it does make a little sense there. And then the other thing too is that how slow they move, right? And how they get around, and basically their protection is by being slow, right? But there's also many other little things, right? So I love giving that information to people. And so I thought to myself, you know what? I did a sloth. I know in one of my other videos, I can't remember which one that was, but I thought, you know what? I'm just going to do a little homage to our little Olive, right? That is at the zoo. And that is Little Ray's Nature Center, right? I'm always promoting it because I love it. So let's sit back, watch the video. If you can do the old like button, I love that. Bell for notification, and of course subscribe, right? That way you can get to see more videos and see more things that I do, okay? So I'll see you guys at the end of the video. Okay, folks. So what I have here is a piece of foam. Now, what happened was, I think it was around Christmas time or my birthday, that Sue actually bought me a pack of this type of foam, right? It comes quite a few pieces in the pack. Anyways, yeah, I thought to myself, wow, what a nice present. She said, oh, honey, look what I got you. Some foam. But in actual fact, it actually was much more than that. What it is that it's kind of an inexpensive way to do some printmaking. So I'm going to do that. So what I've done was I picked my subject, and my subject was something that I've been doing a lot of is for work, is working with a sloth. Yes, I have been working with a sloth for quite a little bit in the last couple of weeks here. And I love it and enjoy it. And I thought to myself, I think I'm going to do a little print of a sloth. The sloth that we have at work, which is Little Ray's Nature Center, is Olive. And she's a two-toed sloth, right? So you can actually see the fact that I actually drew it in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push over top of the drawing itself, and then I'll develop it by actually scratching it in. But I think it's going to be really hard for you guys to actually see me scratching it in. And that. So what we'll do is I'll show you how I'm going to basically do it. Is that I've got myself one of my tools that I actually use for doing sculpting, and then all I'm going to do is nice and simple is just push like that, and then after I figured out that okay, that works for me for the lines, I will then basically embellish on that. That's funny. With the actual tool on the actual product itself, right? I don't know what I'm trying to say right there for a second. Hold on. So what I was trying to say was that I will actually build it in more, build more texture and stuff like that. But with this tool here, just kind of keep it simple, just kind of trace over it, right? And think about the actual idea of fur, right? Was one of the things you got to think about. And see how this will go, right? And then I thought, well, what if I do this, right, which is like the easy, simple style, and then maybe I might give it a try, is to actually cut one out of wood. And I've never done that before. So this might be something that if I do that, that'll be another video altogether, and see how that goes. But you know, try like something that's, you know, nice and simple that you can make quick and easy, and then see how it goes into actually doing it so that it actually works. You know what? I'm just talking and I'm mumbling in that, just because I'm trying to work and talk at the same time. I never seem to be able to do that well. So what I'm trying to say is that once I've got this figured out, I'm going to try it this way and see how it looks. Right? I'll do a print of it. That print looks really sharp. I'm going to try it in wood just to see if there's really that big of a difference. The only thing about the wood, and that's for anybody who does printmaking, is that it's going to be something that would last a lot longer. The only unfortunate part with the foam is that you're going to talk a limited period of prints, right? So, you know, I'm okay with that because I'm not really sure as to how many prints I actually want to do. But if I was actually somebody who wanted to do this and do a whole bunch of them, I'm definitely going to want to go with maybe cutting it out of wood or out of vinyl, right? Or out of the rubber too. There's actually rubber too that works really well. I've done that before. I've just never carved in the wood. But I think for what I'm doing, the wood actually would be okay. I think it'd be kind of cool. I think it would work. And I think I could actually do it. I think I could pull it off. I'm just not 100% sure. The other thing too is, you know, exactly what kind of wood. I'm gonna have to research all of this just to figure it out. But I just thought to myself, I'm not gonna do a painting right now. I'm just gonna try something different. And so I decided to go with this idea. And like I say, we'll have to see if I can actually develop it well enough when I actually take away. Because, you know, I mean, it looks okay right now as a drawing. I think it looks alright, but will it look okay and kind of gives that idea of looking like the sloth itself, you know, and then actually pushing and figuring out what the fur is going to look like to really give it that look. And I think that's important, right? So I'm trying to make sure that I kind of keep that on the go. And then the other thing too is you got to think about the like the impression. Will it come out right? Right. So again, you're pushing, you're hoping for the best, right? And at this particular point here, I'm not too worried about it. Oh, by the way, I'm using an old marker just to get my thin lines in, and that, and we'll see what happens when I pull it off. But like again, I said, I figured that it would be hard for you guys to see that, but there it is. I've got it. Now I'm going to start playing around with the fur and see how that goes. I'm going to speed that up for you guys to watch, okay? Because that's kind of boring if you watch it just the way it is. Okay, so I've now finished doing the actual texturing, and what I'll do is I'll bring it up close. I don't know if you can actually see that, right? But there you are, right? It gives you an idea of what it's like when it's actually printed. So next part will be actually doing the printing and getting the ink and all that stuff ready, okay? So I have my tools that I need. So it's a speedball roller, right, that I'll need for the ink and spread it out. Then the other thing too is I grabbed a, what is it, Canson, mixed media. Geez, why am I having a hard time talking today? Anyways, it's mixed media, and what it is, it's enough surface that's rough, right, that it'll actually collect up the ink. Now, I'm kind of having a little bit of a problem here. I was originally going to do it with just the black blocking print ink, right? But then I thought to myself, it would be kind of cool if I took these inks, which are water-based and soluble, and did pewter, silver, and gold, and actually mix them together. And then what I'll do is I'll be mixing that on top of this plastic right here that I have, right? You can use glass or plastic. And basically you want to mix up your ink first, right, before you actually spread it out onto your plate. So got the plate ready, right? Got the paper ready, got the ink ready. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the mixing situation first, which is absolutely not the way to go at it. You should probably do just the black first, find out. But no, that's just not the way I work. I happen to want to try it this way. So that's what I'm going to do. So there we are. I'm going to see me mixing some inks. So what I thought was, because I need to make sure there's pressure, why not just go halfway through the book, right? It's a brand new book. And then put the actual print in there. So I can actually put the pressure on it this way, right? I could actually stand on it if I want. And that should give me what I want. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stand on it. And then we'll unveil it and see what happens. So here we go, guys. This is the unveiling. I stood on it, so that gave it a couple of 100 pounds of pressure, right? And I think that this is going to pull off. I'm hoping. What I realized was that I tried to mix. I had some other ink there, but I actually didn't have enough there. So we're going to see what happens. It's pretty much all gold, but I like it because I think the fur has that beauty to it. And then voila, voila. Okay, I like it. I like it a lot. Things I'm a little bit nervous about that I'll have to go back and look at is maybe the one eye. The other thing too is, should I have done it in black? So I think that maybe that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to hit it with a black and see what happens, because as much as I love it in the gold, I don't think it's enough to really make it stand out. So I think maybe black might have happened, or actually add just a little bit of black to the gold. So let's do another print. Let's do another print. Okay, I've added the gold and the black together, spread that out onto it. I'm going to try it again, and this time we'll drop it down. Right, smooth it out. Now just take your hand, just rub it. I know that there's like actual things you can get, right? But we're not into that extreme aspect of it. We're trying something that's a little bit more on the manageable price-wise situation, and then also time, right? You know, I mean, if you want to do something that's, you know, kind of a quick thing for somebody to do as a present, wow, here you are. This is something that you can do really easily. Here we are. I've done my book again. I'm going to do that. I'm then going to do my big step on, and then we'll do the reveal. Okay, so here we are. I've done my big step on, added a couple of 100 pounds of pressure onto it, right? I think that this will now come off, and we'll see how that looks with the black and the gold. I think the mixture looked a lot better. Yes, 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 yes. For some reason, I'm still having trouble with that little dot, but that's okay. We'll figure something out on that. But I'm actually really, really liking the looks of this. I think black is too much. I think the black and the gold together work really nice. And I mean, if I took, I don't know if I could actually scrape a little ink and I could probably just add that in just there. Yeah, see, it just brings out just enough. Right, just that's all I had to do for a fix there. Beyond that, I'm really, really happy with it. I think it looks great. Hope you guys think it looks great too. Could even actually be a little darker, actually, even now that I'm looking at it. But you know what? That's the thing, is you figure these things out. But I like it. It's nice. It's a sloth. Looks like a sloth, right? In actual fact, it should be that way. So let's take a look and look at it. Yes, yes, yes. There's nothing wrong with that. Looks good. Yeah, I think what I would do is maybe bring it just a tone darker, but even then, I'm not that sad with it right now. I love it, actually, to be honest. And working with the little olive is actually a lot of fun. Learning about that animal, the more I've learned about it, the more I love the animal. It's just a sweet little creature. Didn't know that sloths were going to go on and get into my heart like this, but it did. It happened. So there you are. I like it. I really do. I really, really like it. I'm happy with myself. Yeah, good. Well, guys, I actually went and decided to add it a little more darker. So I'm going to hit that like this. Right, drop it down. Make sure it looks good and it's all flattened out. But yeah, I decided to add a little bit more black to it. I thought that it was okay, but it just wasn't enough. I thought that it looked good, but then in the long run, I said to myself, no, this isn't going to work. So that's what I did. I went for a little darker. So I'm just going to step on it and then we'll reveal it. All right. I've done that. I've stepped on it, added a couple of 100 pounds of pressure. Let's take a look. Ah, yeah, booyah, booyah. Yep, I gotta be honest, yep, it does definitely need to be a little bit darker. It does definitely it really makes it stand out, right? The sloth looks great. I'm liking it. And, oh, look at the dots, they even came out better. Ah, all right, beautiful. So I'm happy with myself. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to call it on this one. And, yeah, maybe I'll start making some prints on this. Right now, this is where we're at. So I am happy. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And there you are. So not too bad. A little bit of foam. I just spelled my name wrong. I have been like a bit of a twit through this whole thing. Alright, so Kennedy. Yeah, not just the other one. Okay, thanks guys. So there we are. A sloth hanging in a tree, right? We got that, right? We got the little picture right here, right? And I did the little print with, and it's on that nice little thin foam. But I got to be honest with you, I'm thinking to myself that that's kind of lit up a little bit on me. I would think maybe I'm going to try some more stuff, and I'm going to do some like permanent type print work that I can do that really comes out nice. But the one here with this stuff here is excellent. It's fun. You know, you don't have to be somebody who's been doing printing for years and years, and it doesn't take a lot, right? And like I say, it was fun, it was quick, it was fast for what I was doing and that, and it still turns out with good quality. So you can't deny that situation. So there you are. The day is done, and remember, be cool like a big bull moose, and remember to wear your pants.